matter of accommodation. Tolerance is a two-way street. If you're a print shop and you are a gay man, should you be forced to print God hates fags for the Westboro Baptist Church because they hold those signs up? Should you be forced to do, should the government, and this is really the case here, should the government force you to do that?
Well, there you go. I thought that was a brilliant example of turning the tables on the critics of the Religious Freedom Act, our acts. Joining us now is our friend Tom DeLay, former House Majority Leader, Congressman from Texas. And, of course, we always love talking to you, sir. I hope you had a great Easter.
I did. Thank you, Steve.
Good.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Okay, so first of all, your take on this whole... Rush Limbaugh, I think, said it best. This is kind of like a made-up story. It's like hands up, don't shoot. It's just made up, and the media has run with it.
Well, this is the result of the gay agenda. We're now seeing what the gay agenda is all about. Our religious liberty, as you know, Steve, is the bedrock of our country, as it's described in the Declaration of Independence, that we get our rights from the Creator, somebody bigger than us, and from that we get truth with the values by which we live, and from that we are good people that can govern through the Constitution. Religious liberty is the foundation of this country, and what they're trying to do is to undermine religious liberty so that they become an accepted sexual orientation. That's what's going on here, and we have got to fight this battle to the bitter end, because once you let the government dictate to you what you believe and what your values are, then this country's finished.
Yeah, and what do you do? I mean, I thought that was a good example given by Rick Santorum. I don't think anybody would think, or that a gay business owner who makes signs should be forced to make those signs. I mean, I'd be right behind them if they said, absolutely not. Go to another store.
That's exactly right. This isn't about discrimination. We love people that have chosen to be homosexuals. The problem is we abhor the sin. So yes, when I have a business and some gay person walks in, unidentified by the way, there's no way you can tell it unless he tells you, then I'm going to serve him. But if he comes in and asks me to undermine my values, what I believe in, undermine my religious liberty, then I have the right to stand up for what I believe in and not serve him. It's not discrimination. It's the government telling us how we are to act, what we are to believe, and that has got to be fought with every ounce of our being.
Yeah, and I'm just afraid Republican candidates will run away from it, as the two Republican governors wound up running away from it in effect.
I don't know. These two governors have shown great weakness, but I got to tell you, these candidates, they came out, they understood immediately. I don't know of one that has come out against the Religious Freedom Act.
Right.
And some of them, like Santorum, like Huckabee, like Ted Cruz and others, are standing up and showing more courage and more strength than the governor of Indiana or the governor of Arkansas.
Yeah, I agree. All right, let me ask you about two things. One, there's some indication that support for Jeb Bush in Florida is falling while Rubio's credibility and numbers are rising. But it came to light today that Jeb Bush, when filling out a voter registration form, put that he was Hispanic. Now, I don't see how you do something like that by accident, and the coincidence is too big. You know, he speaks the language, he has a Mexican wife. I just don't think it was an accident.
Well, I don't think it was an accident either, but remember, Bill Clinton was the first black president. So
yeah, but he didn't declare himself the first. That was the poet who later said she didn't mean that. But this seems to be, he's declaring himself. All right, let's talk about Rand Paul. Rand Paul, by all indications, is going to announce tomorrow that he's running. Jennifer Rubin wrote at the Washington Post, and we're going to have her on later, that the timing is bad because on the heels of this Iran thing, agreement, deal, whatever you want to call it, which he kind of, has a problem with foreign policy. Is that going to weigh him down, do you think?
Oh, I definitely think so. He is so off base on foreign policy. He makes me think of Obama. I can't believe he's doing this right now. He should wait till after some deal is cut with Iran or something like that, when it starts to calm down a little bit, in order to announce. But Rand Paul is Rand Paul, and he's going to show people what he believes, and you take it or you leave it. But Rand Paul is a friend of mine. I watched him grow up. I think he's a wonderful person. I disagree with him only on foreign policy, and he's better than anything that the Democrats could put up. I guarantee you that.
All right, let's speak. We got a minute. Hillary Clinton. Now we find out she's going back to the people, because after all, she is a person of the people. So it's going to be like that listening tour back when she ran for the Senate. Not so much about her, but about all of us.
Well, is she going to announce it through email or what? Is she going to announce it?
She can't. Send a congressman. She has no more server. How does she even send emails anymore?
Oh, she's got that server. You can bet on it.
All right, listen, great to talk to you again, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, Steve.
All right, Congressman Tom DeLay, ladies and gentlemen. Always love talking to the former Majority Leader of the House of Representatives. All right, folks, we're going to reintroduce again our segment, or continue. We've already reintroduced it, actually, by popular demand, it says. But anyway, our viewer call-in segment here on the Steve Malzberg Show. So if you want to weigh in, whether you love the show, hate the show, you just want to weigh in on the news of the day, here's your chance. Email us at callsteve@newsmax.com. Call Steve at Newsmax.com. Include your name, your phone number, your location. Someone on our staff will get back to you. Call Steve, that's the number, at Newsmax.com. It's a great opportunity, but a lot of people think, well, when the segment comes on, I'll call in or I'll email then or so. No, that's not how it works. We want to line up the calls in advance, make it easier, because you have to work with your Skype and your phone, the whole thing. So we're not looking to fix the calls or anything like that. Believe me, 30 years I took calls on the radio. I can handle myself. But again, it's call Steve at Newsmax.com. That's the email address. So do it now, and then we'll get back to you, and we'll see if we could work it out, because we want to hear from you. Up next, we'll hear from the Malzberg panel. Don't go away.